Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Waldhart and you are here with Amanda's Inspiration Station. Thank you for joining me today for our weekly Wednesday and happy February. So today is February 2nd, crazy. And we have new product with Stampin' Up and I cannot wait to share it with you. It was available as of yesterday. So if you follow me with my emails, I send out a weekly email, a weekly newsletter every Thursday. And I posted that this was coming and I posted it yesterday that it has arrived. If you don't follow me by email and you'd like to get my weekly newsletters, you can go to amandasinspirationstation.com and a box should pop up. Hello, kitty. A box should pop up. If not, up on the top right, you can go under more and click on newsletter and join that way. It's just through your email and I send out a newsletter every Thursday. In the newsletter, I go over like anything Stampin' Up has, like new product, specials, promotions, new stuff coming out, whatever that may be. And then I also do it with myself too, with Amanda's Inspiration Station. So I do have right now, if you order the entire suite, which I'm going to go over with you, and you use a certain hostess code, which I have linked below the video here because I don't have it memorized, you will get a free pack of basic white cardstock with me. So I will get you that. All right, so let's go over what's all included in this suite. It's so adorable. So first of all, let's start with the bundle. It's called Here Together. The bundle is. The whole entire suite is called All Together, but this is the bundle, and you can purchase it separately or you can purchase it together. If you purchase it together, it is 10% off. Now, if you purchase the entire suite, because the bundle is in the suite, they're giving you the 10% off the bundle price. So this is the stamp set. I promise love changes everything. Every act of kindness changes the world. We'll get through this together and you matter to me. I love this, but I also love the dies. So let's go over the dies really quickly because they are adorable. So we have two dies that actually go over the hands just like this. So those are the two dies. We also have a heart die. And then we have two other dies. One says here for you and one says you matter. We are going to use the one that says you matter today. So I will be showing you that. And so you'll get to, we'll do that. But here is the bundle. Now let's go over the designer series paper. So the designer series paper is called All Together. It's 6x6 black and white designer series paper. Lots of different things, ones you can color. We're going to use this one today to color in, but look at, there's this one, there's these, you can color in the hearts, you can color in any of these things actually. So in the suite comes the bundle, comes the paper, and then my favorite part, the blends. So we have a whole variety of new skin tone blends. I'm super excited about this. They do come in pairs. So we have 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair, 4 pair, 5 pair. And actually it kind of goes like this, I guess. So they're new blends here. You can purchase all these items separately, but you can purchase it all in a suite. In order to get the free basic white cardstock, package of cardstock from me, valued at, I think I put actually in the email that was valued at $9.75 or $8.75, but you know what? It's not. It's valued at $9.75. But in order to get that from me, you have to purchase the entire suite. The entire suite is $105. Okay, but you can purchase the blends individually. You can purchase the blends in a pack. You can purchase these individually or together for 10%, and you can purchase the paper individually as well. All right, so let's go ahead and let's show you the projects we're going to do today. So we're going to make 2 cards. This one, of course, is my favorite. I really like this one. And it says, every act of kindness changes the world. And then on the inside, it says, you matter. I think right now with the way COVID, I mean, we're going on 3 years with it. It's really brought some spirits down, and it's really tested us on many levels. So I definitely think sending a card to somebody, especially saying this, that you matter, is a nice gesture to give someone. It doesn't have to be expensive. It can just be a card and the cost of a postage stamp. So the other card here is this one right here, and I used the little heart. Now these hearts in here I used from Give It a Whirl dies, and then this one just says, we'll get through this together. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, and let's start with this one first. No, let's start with this one first. I like it. All right, so I'm going to get out my mini or my cut and boss machine here, and we're going to do some die cutting. But before we do that, I want to share the pieces I have. So we're using basic black. It measures at 5.5 by 8.5. I'm just going to fold it in half and varnish in the crease. But if you wanted to score it, you could score it at 4 1/4. Okay. Now I have 2 pieces of cards or designer series paper here. This is from the Sunshines and Rainbow 6x6 paper stack that you can get free with a celebration item. That's the nice thing about this whole suite as well. So if you purchase this suite for me using the hostess code linked below, yes, it's $105, but you can pick out either one of the $100 item celebration, or you could pick out 2, which this is part of the $50 celebration, plus then I will mail you the package of basic white cardstock. So these 2 pieces I have cut at 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then I've cut this piece right here to 5 1/4 by 3. And we're just going to color right on it. Okay. The inside here for the white, so that we can stamp on it, is measured at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I used my layering circle dies. All right. So let's go ahead and let's start with this. Let's do some stamping first. So we need to stamp the inside of the card and the circle. Actually, we're not stamping on this one. Sorry. I'm kidding. All right. But let's still do some stamping first. Let's just do our little stamping. I am using Memento ink, and I'm going to stamp off here for a second because that looked a little dark. Because when you're using the blends, you want to use Memento ink so that it doesn't bleed. You do not want to use StazOn. And yes, I could have used StazOn for that because I'm not using the blends, but since I already have it out for the second card, I'm just using the Memento. All right, I'm just going to randomly start coloring some of these. So I'm just going to pick some and just randomly start coloring. These do not have names on them like we do have the ivory and the bronze. These ones actually have numbers. So they are numbers. And we're just going to color them through. I like to outline first, and then I like to color the inside. That is how I learned how to color when I was a child. To help me stay in the lines. So I go ahead and I use the small tip first to outline, and then I just color in with the bigger one. I just love these blends. Love, love, love them. Oops, and this one I didn't use the smaller tip, but that's all right. We're just using that tiny little spot there. And I'm just randomly going to color. That's the nice thing about this. You can just pick whatever. These blends are super nice, not only for skin tones, but what about animals? I mean, look at all the different animal stamp sets that we have that you can use these on. Different like bears, moose, deer, big cats. I love it. It's endless. Endless, endless. I am so glad that Stampin' Up! Has brought this. Now, the blends are going to carry over into our annual catalog. which our new annual catalog will be released in May. However, the other items will not be. So they will be while supplies last, or the stamp set might be. I know the paper is not for sure. You know, I probably should look into that before I say that for sure. I know the paper is while supplies last. That will not carry over. All right. I know this is a lot of coloring, and you guys get to just watch me color. I would love for you to put in the comments if you've already placed your order for it. And I don't know about you guys, but I love the blends. They're becoming my favorite marker. They really are. I wish we could get every single color that we have in a blend. Like I know we used to have Rich Razzleberry and Melon Mambo, and they let go of that, and I don't know why, and it still makes me sad, so I can't talk about it. But I wish they would do like Coastal Cabana, Pacific Point. Bring back the Melon Mango Melody and the Rich Razzleberry. Let's bring all that back. You know? Makes me sad. All right. So I'm just randomly, and I'm doing this one with the bigger tip. All right. Randomly coloring all the hands. There we go. Yay! I love these blends. Okay, so for our card, before we put it together, we have one more thing to do. We have to do a little die cutting. So we need to do the You Matter to Me, and then the hearts. Now, I'm going to do a little trick here. I'm going to bring out my cut and emboss machine here. And I'm going to put the You Matter to Me. We need 2 hearts. And I'm using Granny Apple Green on this one, and then polished pink. I have 2 pieces of polished pink stacked on top of each other. I know, I'm a rebel. I'm going to run it through. And I'm going to run it through once forward, once backwards. I always do that. It's kind of a habit of mine. I don't just run it through one time. I bring it forward and back. Look at it. And now you have 2 hearts. I know. I'm a rebel. Okay. So here is the You Matter. So let's get that out, and let's get my little poker tool out here. I'm just going to lightly pull that out because I don't want to rip it. And then I want to pop these, we'll poke these little guys out. All right. Because all of these get like a little thing poked. And if you have your, oh, see, now this one doesn't want to pop out. Okay, let's, I'm actually glad this happened to me on video, because I'm going to show you how we're going to take care of it. We're going to put this back in, if you can. Hopefully we can. I'm going to try it. Okay, so I'm going to put this back in the die, just like that. And I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to hold it until I can bring my cut and emboss machine back over here after I drop my stuff all over the floor. And let's see if we can redo this. So sometimes things take a little bit more than 1 or 2 swipes. But for those of you who use this a lot, you know. You know. All right. Let's see if we can get this popped out now. All right. There we go. Now they're coming out easy. So it wasn't fully cut through in the center. So I don't know if I just didn't press hard enough or if you need to do it a couple times. A couple times is fine. Okay, so if you have your fine tip glue pen, you could use that. I will be very honest, I don't like it. I don't like the fine tip glue pen at all. I love the concept of it, and that's about it. I'm just throwing that out there. So I'm going to use my green glue. I like my green glue. And I always say this, dot, dot, not a lot. And I'm just going to kind of dot it in areas again. Dot, dot, not a lot. Because if you just do little dots like this, if you do too much, it's going to smear all over, and you don't want that. If you just do little dots like this, you can get it to stay. Okay. All right, so let's put this on the center of our card. Now, green glue will dry clear. So there is that, and you're just going to gently, I'm just gently patting it. All right. And then on the inside, we also have one of our hearts on the inside. So with this heart, I did not pop it up like I did on the front. So I'm just going to use a glue dot. Could I use my green glue? Of course. But I'm going to use a glue dot. All right, so I'm going to set this aside for a moment until we finish putting together our front of our card, because I'm going to put this in last and give that a moment to dry. So what I need to do is I'm going to put on the edge of both sides here some glue, and then I'm going to go like that. And of course, I just stuck my finger in there. That wasn't the smartest thing. And then I'm going to go like that. You could just make this the background more, but I didn't want to waste it, this striped paper, because I love it. And I had these as scraps. Otherwise, you could just cut your paper to just go behind here. But why not use up your scraps? Seems like a good thing to do. All right, so now I am going to move this a little bit. Good thing I used green glue, because I can tell it's a little bit crooked. There we go. Now, of course, I have green glue all over my fingers. Probably why some of you don't like green glue. All right, I'm just going to rub that off. I just had a little bit. Okay, so there is the front of our card. Now we're going to use dimensionals to pop both of these up. And I think I can use a regular dimensional for this heart. If not, I do have my minis. Yep, I can. All right. I know, you guys, I'm a dimensional girl. When it comes to circles, I know I could just put 2 dimensionals on here. But then there's always 2 sides that are like wonky, and I don't like it. I love dimensionals. Okay, so now I'm going to put my little heart over there, and there's our card. Now we just have to put in the middle, our center here. So let's get out our glue. I'm not going to use the glue for the next project, so I will use Stampin' Seal for that. And we're going to place this on the inside. All right. How cute is that? Love it. All right. There's that. I should be specific too on the white cardstock. If you purchase this with me, I am leaving this open for 1 week. So it started yesterday. I'm going to leave it until next Tuesday. And then I will close up the order, and then that's when I will get the basic white cardstock and start sending those out. Okay, so for this card, we are also using basic black base, 5.5 by 8.5, score at 4 1/4. And for this one, we are going to stamp in the center. So we are going to stamp, let's get out our Memento. though we'll get through this together. And I'm just going to place that right in the center there. And then we're also going to stamp on this. Now this piece right here is from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. And then this scallop rectangle is from the scalloped contour dies. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to center that as best I can, and I'm going to stamp just like that. And I'm going to set this aside because we are going to color it, but before we do, I'm going to put this stuff together. So I'm going to get out my Stampin' Seal. Now, with this one, I chose hearts, so I want to make sure my hearts aren't upside down. And this designer series paper measures at, to fit right in here, measures at 4 5/8 by 3 1/4. Okay. And that will fit right in that large scallop contour. And then I'm placing all of this flat. I'm not using dimensionals just yet. Now this basic black piece right here measures at 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. This is going to get popped up. I'm actually going to pop this up onto this and pop this up onto that. But before I do that, I need to color this. So I'm going to start coloring. And you know what? I'm going to go with this one. I'm just randomly picking. Because again, they're numbers. This number here is, well, SU, I'm assuming it means Stamping Up because they all say SU on them, I think. And this one is 700. Now there is a color chart that you can use for your blends, for the tone blends. So you can definitely print that. That's in the link below too, is that chart. All right. And then I'm going to color her nails. Actually, no, I'm not going to color nails. I think I started to color nails when I first started designing this card, but then I put the heart over top of it and it covered her nails, so it didn't matter. So I'm not covering her nails today. But you could color her nails. All right. So I'm going to use this bigger heart, and I'm going to use a dimensional. I'm just going to place that right in the center there. And then I'm going to flip it over because I want dimensionals. Put one in the center again. You don't want to say center. I'm going to peel all those off. And I'm going to place that over my basic black cardstock here. And then I'm going to flip that over because I'm going to pop this up too. I made the whole card flat except for the centerpiece so that this really kind of gave it a big pop. All right. And then I'm just going to place that on the center like that. And then we have, where'd my little hearts go? There we go. I have 2 hearts that I cut out. With this one, I used the medium size one in here, and I did use a dimensional, but now I'm just going to keep this little red heart for another project. I have 2 of them here from both of them. I probably could put it maybe on the inside, maybe up there. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. I mean, I could have saved it for another project, but let's just put it in the center. You can never have enough hearts. There we go. Okay, so now let's flip this over and we'll put it inside our card. All right. Okay, and we are all done just like that. Voila. So here are our 2 cards. I hope you guys enjoyed these projects. And if you have any questions, let me know. You can print the project sheet. It has all the measurements if you missed the measurements and you don't want to go back. That does have all the measurements for you. And then remember, you have until next Tuesday will be the last day. So 11:59 Central Time would be the last moment that you could order this suite, and then I will mail the black basic white cardstock to you. But you have to use that hostess code. So if you don't use the hostess code, that's in the link below, and it has to be the entire suite. So, okay, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you here next week for our Weekly Wednesday. Thanks, bye.